About it, y'all? This is Daniel Nicholson with Nicholson Farms. Figured I'd give y'all a little update today. I didn't get a video put out on Tuesday. Try to post every Tuesday and Thursday. If you're friends of ours or family of ours, you know that we lost our granddad. And so that's why I didn't get a video posted. I appreciate prayers for our family as we go through this, but we got several different things that are happening on the farm, and I figured I'd make a video and give an update on everything. So I hope y'all enjoy it, and I'll show you what we got going on. So I know everybody's wondering about the goats. Or the baby goats. I get questions about that all the time. So I figured we start off with updates on the baby goats and how they're doing. These two little guys right here are the two that we had to pretty much bring back to life. If y'all saw our last video, they're doing well. They're growing great. This little baby right here under this old rake, she was actually born since our last video. She's a little girl. She's doing good. Today's Tuesday, so she's a week old today. She's doing great. We've had a lot of cold weather, so most of the babies are up by the barn. We'll walk back up there, but I do have a hay bale out for the goats now. All animals have hay now, even the horses. So it's just that time of year that there's not a lot of grass and not a lot of forage, so it's time to start feeding hay and feeding grain to everything. So we're gonna walk up here to the barn and I'll show you some more of the babies. Here's a couple more of the babies. I built this little, I guess, playground for them the other day. Just two four-wheeler ramps with the old busted up water trough. They like getting up there and playing King of the Hill and jumping around. But everybody's doing pretty good. All the babies are growing. They're full of energy. I can't wait to see what they turn out to be like. So here's a couple more little babies. They're jumping around in these little huts that I built. All they are is 55-gallon drums with one end of them cut off and then cut in half. Basically, it's kind of like a little greenhouse effect. The babies can get in there. They use them a good bit at night. They can get in there, stay warm. If you watch a couple different YouTube channels about goats, and you know Arms Family Homestead out in Oklahoma, he uses dog houses. He takes those plastic dog houses that are collapsible or they can be taken apart. You just put them in half of those. So I figured these 55-gallon drums are worth the same, and they pile in there at night. I think I come down here one afternoon and there's like 7 babies in one of those things. But I just put straw down there and they'll get up under there and they'll stay warm and cuddle up and be warm together. What y'all doing? So I mentioned it was kind of cold here in South Carolina now, and I'm putting hay out, I'm feeding grain, and these mamas, since they're feeding all these babies, I went ahead and put out a protein tub. What it is, it's just a molasses tub. It's 20% crude protein, so it's more protein than what my grain is. And they can just kind of munch on it, and also has minerals in there that are good for them. I probably need to put that thing up on a little bit of a stand just so the babies aren't jumping around on it, getting it dirty. But I put it out yesterday and they've already taken about 2 inches off of it, so I think the mamas are enjoying it, and hopefully it'll put some body weight back on them as they feed these babies and start to lose some weight. So all these mamas are hanging around the trough, so I'm gonna grab some feed. We'll go ahead and feed them real quick, and then we'll walk up to the front pasture and I'll kind of show you what I got going on with the rest of the goats and the pigs, and we'll talk about them. Oh, you're in the way of the camera. Sit down. Sit. He just got knocked off of the feed trough, but this little Billy right here, he's probably a week and a half or so old, and he's already trying to eat grain. So it won't be too long before I'll be setting up a little creek feeder that just the babies can get into. There he goes right there. Just something that the little babies can get to so they can have access to feed and free choice as much as they want, and it'll just boost their growth and make them more profitable sooner. So yesterday, one of the changes that we made is I pulled my big Billy out from my nannies that we bought a couple weeks ago, and the ones that didn't get bred back during the summer. So he was in there long enough to get the ones that already had bred, and this black-headed Billy was with the nannies that I bought. So between the two of them, they should have got them bred. If not, they're not going to breed, and it's time for them to go on down the road, and we'll get something in here that can breed. But speaking of this black-headed Billy that we picked up a couple weeks ago, I think I have made the decision that I am going to sell him. I just don't need 3 Billies at the time. I don't have enough nannies to worry about having 3 Billies. And I've got something I'm going to mention in a little while. I'm not going to say it yet, but I got to make some more room here at the farm. So he's going to be posted up for sale here probably tomorrow, and we'll hope the best for him down the road. But I think his time at Nicholson Farms is about come to an end. So we'll go check on these nannies. I need to move them over to another pasture. We'll get that done, get them fed, and we'll talk about them and the pigs. Come on, come on, come on, River, come on. So I got these 8 nannies fed. Shut this little panel off right here because they're about to go out in this pasture right here. This is the pasture a couple weeks ago I planted some oats in, and it is coming up, but these goats are just munching on it so hard that it's not really coming up. So I'm going to take them off, and my plan is whenever those babies get a little bit older, they're going to come up this barn or this pasture and have access to this barn. And I'll probably put these nannies back with them at that point, and all my nannies will be in one pasture again. So I'm gonna open the gate where these goats can go out there. I'm gonna set it up where the horses can't come in here because the horses are in this pasture. They're just at the other end right now, so we'll get that set up, and then I think I'm gonna go feed the horses, and we'll talk about the pigs real quick before we do that. So I know it's been a little while since you've seen the pigs, and they have gotten huge since you have. All these pigs right now are pushing 180 to 220 probably. There's a couple outliers in there, a little smaller, a little bigger. But these guys are actually about to go for sale as well. I'm about to call the guys that I normally sell my pigs to and tell them that their pigs are ready and to come pick them up. And we'll let this little area rest, and we'll be back into pigs soon. I'm gonna hold on to 3. We're gonna butcher 2 this year, and we're gonna cook 1. So we'll hold on to 3 of them. But these guys they're about done growing here, and time to go somebody else's farm. All those goats follow me back down here towards where the horses are, so I'll just feed the horses later. And my water trough for my water tank for my pigs is full, so I'm gonna go give them some water. Figure I'd go ahead and wrap this video up though. Mention that we'll be selling that black billy, or that black-headed billy, and to make room for something. And actually, it's no big surprise, but I'm going to look at some more goats. A fella reached out to me today, said he had some available, asked if I was interested. I'm not going to tell you what all they are or whatnot, but if I decide, I'm going to go look at them this afternoon. If I decide to get them, it'll probably be in the next couple days, and I'll make a video of that and explain to you what they are and what we plan on doing with them. So I really appreciate y'all hanging out with us today. Hope you enjoyed catching up on everything. The baby goats are doing great. They're all playing around on these barrels right now. Got a couple out there laying around. But all the goats are doing well. The pigs are doing well. Horses are doing well. And it's getting cold here, so winter's always a busy time, short days, and trying to make sure everything has hay, feed, and water. But I really appreciate y'all hanging out with us today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Give us a thumbs up, hit that notification bell, and leave us a comment. We'd greatly appreciate it, and we'll see y'all on the next one.